Welcome, fight fans, to the Boxing Matrix and to the master matador of that violent realm, Vasyl Lomachenko. Uncommonly known as High Tech, Neo, No Mas Chenko, and just plain Lomo. With uncannily fast footwork that allowed him to swirl and twirl at will around his baffled opponent, along with the rapid fire, lightning strike combinations as Lomo appeared to move at a superpowered speed. True boxing fans understood that this Ukrainian sensation was about to fundamentally alter the professional boxing landscape forever. As always, click that like button and subscribe to stay up to the minute on all sweet science. Vasyl Lomachenko first took the professional boxing world by storm back in 2013 after a stellar amateur career that included Olympic featherweight gold in 2008 and lightweight gold in 2012. Jumping into the professional featherweight ranks in 2013 against Mexican fighter Jose Ramirez, Lomo immediately displayed the dazzling hand speed, machine gun combinations, and mesmerizing footwork that not only had his opponent hypnotized, but also the Las Vegas crowd as well. Buckling the previously durable Mexican with a brutal body shot in the first round before ending his night with another savage left uppercut to the solar plexus that left Ramirez unable to regain his feet. Lomachenko also collected the WBO International Featherweight Championship for his evening's work. Then, in only his second professional fight, Lomo would attempt to do what no other boxer in history had ever even tried before, because he took on veteran Mexican fighter Orlando Salido, who at 41-12-2 was vying with Lomachenko for the vacated WBO World Featherweight title. The noticeably larger and very cagey Mexican vet put on a low-blow show that cannily stifled most of Lomo's attack and turned the fight into an ugly brawl with no shortage of grabbing, clinching, butting, and shots below the belt. And although Lomachenko would drop the 12-rounder to Salido in a split decision loss, he earned the respect of fight fans everywhere. But the boxing fates would shift back into Lomo's favor in 2014. When that same WBO belt would be vacant again, and Lomachenko would again step up. This time facing tough, undefeated 24-0 with 14 KOs veteran American southpaw Gary Russell Jr. In only his third professional fight, Lomo took it to the previously undefeated American, beating him around the ring and back for 12 tough rounds, punching faster, harder, and much more often than the battle-tested but simply outclassed Russell Jr., who accepted his defeat without complaint. As the new WBO featherweight champion of the world, Lomachenko would then rocket straight into Neo mode.
Lomachenko is operating, it seems to me, on a higher level than the rest of boxing right now. And though he hasn't proven it with the resume yet, I suspect he's the best fighter pound for pound in the world already.
What's the best chance to beat Lomachenko in your opinion, Freddie?
Maybe by a gun.
After successfully defending his featherweight belt 3 times with a stunning series of TKO KO victories, including 2 submissions, Lomo made the leap to the junior lightweight ranks, taking on rugged Puerto Rican fighter and WBO junior lightweight champion Roman Rocky Martinez, 29-2-3 for his belt. In a truly dazzling performance, the Ukrainian sensation introduced the champion to the Matrix. Moving with super smooth flow and uncanny speed, coupled with frightening punching precision, Lomo had the physically larger champion spinning in circles and punching at thin air as he disappeared and then reappeared, effortlessly peppering the Puerto Rican champion with sharp, stinging punches from every conceivable angle. The difference in hand and foot speed was shocking, and his Neo-like moves completely stymied his overwhelmed opponent. It was scheduled for 12, but Lomo only needed 5. As a lightning left uppercut, overhand right 1-2 combo doused the champion's lights, leaving him sprawled out on his back and semi-conscious.
That's a knockout. What a showing.
Superpowered champion of the world, Vasyl Lomachenko.
Then, in his first junior lightweight title defense, Lomo took on the dangerous and undefeated Jamaican KO artist Nicholas Walters, who boasted a record of 26-0-1 with 21 KOs. In what would become his signature fight style, Lomo proceeded from the opening bell to Walters with his vastly superior speed, skill, and punching precision. Lomo battled the bewildered Walters from bell to bell, round after round, in a cruelly one-sided mismatch, until the proud Jamaican had enough and quit on his stool after the 7th. And so, Mas Chenko had arrived.
You can tell, it looks like he's saying he didn't want any more. No, he's shaking his head no. And he walked right across to Lomachenko to congratulate him.
I really wanted to prove myself against him, to test him, and he's everything as they say he is.
In his next fight against rugged WBO super featherweight American champion Jason Sosa, Lomo would make the new nickname stick. Sosa was game, but immediately became little more than target practice for Lomo's super slick Matrix Matador moves. And so after 9 rounds of savage punishment, the iron-chinned Sosa was unable to come out for the 10th.
Stages of pro careers is really unbelievable.
And let's make this point. You can be born with enormous talent. You can be Muhammad Ali or Roy Jones. But you don't achieve what he achieves by being born that way. That takes countless hours of work in the gym to perfect what he does.
Yes, and it takes a special fighter. It takes a special fighter to get it and also to execute it.
His third defense of his WBO junior lightweight title belt would end up in the same manner, with Colombian fighter Miguel Miraga beaten up, dropped twice, and then finally refusing to come out after the 7th.
Rose up that left hand before firing it off, and a knockdown scored with a sweeping punch from Vasyl.
Who do you want to fight next, Vasyl?
For me, it doesn't matter. Anybody. I wanna fight. I wanna unify titles. For me, it doesn't matter.
But the best was yet to come. And the best was legendary Cuban boxer and super featherweight champion Guillermo Rigondeaux. Generally considered the slickest boxer with the quickest hands, the Cuban champ got a rude awakening when he stepped up to face Lomachenko. Preciously considered a super fight that would finally challenge Lomachenko's boxing superiority, it turned into no challenge at all, as Mas Chenko dominated the famed Cuban, with Rigondeaux finally retiring on his stool after a brutal 6 rounds of punishment. It was the 4th consecutive surrender to Mas Chenko's superiority. And Lomo would take it to yet another level, taking the WBA lightweight title from Venezuelan champion Jorge Linares via 10-round referee stoppage.
Right in the center of the ring, and Linares goes down! Lomachenko scores the knockdown!
Then taking the WBO lightweight belt from Puerto Rican champ Jorge Pedraza with a unanimous decision.
What a dominating performance here! And down goes Pedraza! Absolute beatdown!
And finally destroying British challenger Anthony Crolla, 3rd round TKO, and Luke Campbell via unanimous decision, adding the vacated WBC lightweight belt to his collection.
But he's one step ahead of you at every turn. Like, he knows what you're gonna do right while you're doing it.
Wow.
He's moving in a way that you can't move. He's in front of you and then he's not. It's crazy. Like, he's one of the most technical boxers I've ever seen.
He goes up and down, changes levels on you, he drops, comes to the side, comes back to the middle, goes around you. There's so much that he does, you know, to isolate your mind.
When he finishes, will be something that legends are made of.
Where does Mas Chenko go from here? A number of credible names pop up. Mikey Garcia, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and possibly even welterweight champ Terrence Crawford. And Lomachenko is very ready to go. One thing is certain, any of his potential opponents had better be ready to enter the Matrix.